28 News, cries of discrimination from racial to religious could change laws and learning institutions.
A shooting at an area library has some parents worried about their children's safety.
Find out why parents are enlisting their kids into the Marine Corps at the age of 8.
And some tips to help you get ready for the big chill. All that and more straight ahead. Fox 28 News starts right now.
Now, from Fox 28 South Bend, this is Fox 28 News.
Good evening, I'm Tracy Capelman.
And I'm Fred Martino. First on Fox tonight, a South Bend man hopes his case of religious discrimination will help change the system. John Kalwitz says that he was fired because he refused to work on the Jewish Sabbath. And now Senator Dan Coates heads a committee that's working on the Religious Freedom Act. Here's a taste of what's going on in Washington.
I received unemployment insurance benefit payments for about a month and a half after the Indiana Workforce Development Office found that I had been terminated without just cause for religious discrimination. My family was devastated by the news that I was terminated. It put all of us into a state of remorse, disbelief, and emotional depression.
So many times I've asked myself, how could this happen to a single soul in a nation founded on the principles of religious freedom? And it's interesting to note also that this is not a problem that generally tends to affect professionals or the wealthy. This is a problem for the poor and middle-class, hard-working, God-fearing taxpayers. We are the ones who lose in this game, and our rights need to be protected at all costs.
Because faith is more than an internal belief. It is a guide to external conduct. And for religious liberty to have any meaning, government and business must accommodate the conduct within the bounds of reason and order.
We need a law that is bold and unambiguous, a law that leaves nothing to interpretation, but cries out from the very page that it is written on, that freedom, in the most pure sense of the word, the gift given to us by God, shall be denied to no American citizen. And it is our hope that Congress will pass this bill, and that this bill will be so clear in both letter and in spirit that no one will ever question who or what it protects.
And the bill she's talking about would apply the same undue hardship standard to religious cases as it currently applies to federal civil rights actions.
Another allegation of unjust firing. This time, the general manager of the Transpo municipal bus system is facing allegations of sexual harassment. Former employee Michael Nolan has filed an intention to sue against Mary McLean. He claims that McLean had been sexually harassing him over the past 2 years and terminated him last April after he made a formal complaint. Nolan began his career as a bus driver 24 years ago and worked his way up to director of operations of Transpo. He says he's seeking $300,000 in damages, but he says this isn't about money.
My life, and for someone to suggest that I wasn't treating that, giving that the respect that it was due was demeaning, demoralizing, and I felt like that my life was taken away from me.
Nolan says he's come forward in hope of saving others from going through the same thing. Fox 28 contacted Mary McLean to get her side of the story, but she declined to comment.
Cries of reverse discrimination at the University of Michigan. A student says she was rejected despite the fact that she had good grades and did well on the college entrance exam. But as Fox 28's Adam Shapiro explains, the school says diversity is just as important.
Jennifer Gratz is suing the University of Michigan because they won't let her in. It's not her grades, it's her race.
Discrimination based on race is wrong. And at the University of Michigan, at Ann Arbor, in their admissions policies, they are discriminating based on race.
The university rejected Jennifer back in 1995, even though she scored well on entrance exams and had a 3.79 grade point average. Other students from Jennifer's high school who had lower grades got in. Jennifer was suspicious